What's up, guys? Welcome back to Newswave. So I like to point out the different sales that go live throughout a month, like we just had the eShop sale we talked about, but we do have a big year-end sale to go over for all the different platforms, and these include physical copies. We'll talk about that one. Also, we're going to be talking about Final Fantasy VI, the Pixel remaster that's happening. It got delayed, but it looks like some new information is starting to appear online, pointing towards maybe a bit of a graphical change, something a bit different than we were expecting. And we're also going to talk about the worst games of 2021, as we now have that list from Metacritic. Guys, if you enjoy these videos, make sure that like button helps out a ton. And if you're new here to the Spawn Wave channel, make sure you subscribe down below and ring that notification bell so you can keep up to date with all of the uploads here on the channel. And we're going to start today with the Game Awards. Now, there's a lot of conversation around what people thought about the Game Awards, specifically though the reveals. I kind of feel like the Game of the Year award for It Takes Two, most people are okay with that. It just came down to, were there games there that they showed that you were really excited about that we probably won't see for several years. But we did get viewership numbers revealed. We can see this over on Twitter from the Game Awards saying, "Thank you for watching and supporting the Game Awards. This year's show delivered a record 85 million live streams across more than 30 platforms, as well as record social and voting engagement." So it's pretty obvious. The show is massive when it comes to viewership, having nearly 100 million viewers, which I think is what they're really pushing towards. And I think if they had more there in terms of games that were vying potentially for Game of the Year, I mean, 2022, we could have some big hitters from all three major platform holders, Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony, going at it for Game of the Year in 2022. That could drive up more and more people to watch. And of course, if we have big announcements, yeah, that could also drive them up. I think they're in a good spot here, though, as they are continuing to trend upwards, now with 85 million live streams that took place with this last one. So we'll see if they can maybe hit that 100 million mark next year. Also, we did have a new Cruisin' Blast game that came out on the Switch this year, but there was one major thing missing that I criticized quite a bit, and that was the fact that it had no online multiplayer. Well, there was an AMA that took place on Reddit with developers, and they actually mentioned that. This is what they had to say. "Online multiplayer is our next goal for Cruisin' on Switch. When we get our online multiplayer going, we'll definitely look at bringing on some more content." And this had been mentioned before, that they were going to see how the reception was around Cruisin' Blast when it released on the Switch, and it doesn't exactly have like the best overall reviews, but the game is just flat out fun. I think a lot of it came down to the lack of content and the lack of any real online multiplayer at all. That's a game that would be a lot of fun to have tournaments online, or really just be able to play with your friends. So it's cool to hear that they are working on that, because the core concept, the game itself, Cruisin', is a ton of fun to play. Oh, and we also have a brand new event that is live for Halo Infinite's multiplayer. Remember, that is free to play, so you can just download it and start playing now, and it looks like this one is holiday themed. They put this out over on their Halo Waypoint website, where they say the winter contingency celebrations began December 21st and offer 10 unique holiday-themed rewards that will roll out one per day until December 30th. All you have to do is jump into Halo Infinite's free-to-play multiplayer and complete a match of arena or big team battle. Now, they do show off some of the different coatings and things you can unlock, and yes, they're all like holiday themed. They have like a peppermint coating, for example. Now, this is going to run until the first week of January. They said January 4th, and you will have the ability to unlock one reward each day, or if you're behind, you can essentially catch up. They say, think of it as a Halo Advent calendar, and obviously that plays the idea of them trying to get people to sign in every day if they can. It's a service-based game, and that is their end goal, is to continue their monthly active users. But I like the idea of it being just kind of a spur-of-the-moment holiday event. You sign in, you earn some extra rewards, why not? And guys, with some of the quick news out of the way, let's get into the bigger stuff. Let's start right away with the big year-end sale that is now live on GameFly. And we've talked about GameFly a couple of times. I was thinking maybe ordering a bunch of the games from one of these sales, and when it comes in, we take a look at the condition of the games when they arrive, because I've heard a lot of people say when they order games from GameFly, it comes perfectly fine. I've ordered like 2 times from them with their used games, and it came complete, no scratches or anything on the disc or the case. So it seems like it's a good place to pick up physical games at a pretty good discount. Let's take a look at the page now, and of course is linked below if you want to scroll through and check them out for yourselves. Certainly can save quite a bit of money on some physical games for all the different platforms. They also point out Blu-rays, DVDs, all of that. So if you're looking to pick up movies, you can do that here too. But we can see at the top they have several headlining games, which includes Far Cry 6 on the PS4 at $35, Biomutant at $13, even Battlefield 2042 already being marked down there to $45, or Resident Evil Village at $18. If we scroll down here to the PS5 section, Deathloop is $30. Again, these are all physical copies, so that's pretty good there to already see that marked down. You do have Battlefield 2042 there on the PS5 at $50. Aliens Fireteam Elite down to $18. Death Stranding Director's Cut at $30. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl at $30. And if we take a look at the Switch, they have Metroid Dread at $40, and many of these have free shipping. I think you have to get to a certain price threshold. I almost feel like it's $20 or more, considering even some of the $20 ones like Sonic Colors Ultimate has free shipping attached. New Pokemon Snap at $40. And then we do have Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time at $25. We can also see on the Xbox side, we have Xbox One and Series X, but we know with smart delivery, they're very, very similar there for the most part. But like Scarlet Nexus is $17. Like, that's pretty good. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, which flew under the radar completely over the last several months, $30. And then you also have Far Cry 6 there at $35, as well with Outriders at $10. I also want to point out two other games. We have Immortals Phoenix Rising at $15, and then Tales of Arise, which is a very, very good JRPG at $30. Now, this year-end sale will be running until the 3rd of January, so maybe you get a couple of new systems or something over the holidays. Good chance to pick up some physical games to start building up that collection. But take a look here at the sale, and of course, let people know down in the comments some recommendations that you spot. Next up, let's talk about the worst games of 2021. I know the big thing is all about Game of the Year, you know, who's gonna win it, but it's also the other side. Which game was the worst when it comes to Metacritic, as is rated by, of course, many different outlets? They put the scores together and we get generally an average that gives us an idea as to how good the game is. Well, we can see this here. This was compiled, like I said, by Metacritic, and then several websites like Nintendo Life and others just make it a lot easier to see all in one shot. Apparently, number 10 is Necromunda. That's Hired Gun. That was a 49 on Metacritic. Then we have Demon Skin at 48. Arkham Horror, that's 48. I Saw Black Clouds at 48. GTA the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition at 47. Who would have thought when we were hearing rumors about that, we'd fast forward to the end of the year and it was, I mean, towards the bottom of Metacritic for the entire year on the Switch at 47. Then we have Of Bird and Cage, Taxi Chaos. That one's at 42. Werewolf the Apocalypse. That one's actually believable, because I remember that came out and no one really talked about it, and a few that did said it was pretty bad at 42. Balan Wonderworld, there we go, at 36. And the worst game of 2021 is eFootball 2022. That's a 25 on PC, which is I think that's really bad, because that's a free-to-play game, so you figure they're giving it away and it still gets like a 25. Certainly, eFootball did not go the way that Konami was hoping after coming from such a storied franchise with Winning 11 and moving it away from Fox Engine into Unreal, and it's, well, there you go. They are the winners. I guess, is that the winner?